Rock on, rock on. My name is Ben Cool. I'm a sports analyst and the host of BC60. Today I'm interviewing John Gross, the gnarly play-by-play broadcaster. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me on today. It's great to speak with you.
You too. I appreciate you taking the time, maybe schedule to join me.
More than happy to. Really appreciate the invite.
How long have you been broadcasting soccer?
So I've been doing soccer, I want to say, for about 7 years, and doing all sports for a little bit longer than that. So I guess starting in the beginning of college is when I started broadcasting. So that was 10 years ago now. Wow. Yeah, 10 years ago.
Gnarly. What inspired you to be a broadcaster?
Well, I always loved sports. I wasn't good enough to play beyond high school. So I figured the next best thing is to talk about it. So I decided to start talking about it, made a podcast with some friends back in high school, and then studied it in college. And I've been doing it for a career ever since late 2019.
Wow. How do you adapt your commentary style to suit different teams?
Yeah, that's a good question. I try to remain consistent in certain things, regardless of the sport or the team or the league. I always put a lot of effort in terms of my preparation, in terms of the effort that I give on the call. But of course, each sport you broadcast a little bit differently. So broadcasting a baseball game is different than broadcasting soccer, which is different than doing football. So you tailor it more towards the individual sport. But I prepare just as hard for every sport, the biggest game versus a high school game. I do my best to prepare equally for those.
Awesome. What's your favorite way to broadcast, virtually or in person?
Oh, in person for sure. Good question though, because a lot of networks are using virtual broadcasting. I've done it before quite a bit, but there's nothing like being at a game, Ben. You're there, you feel the energy, you hear the crowd, you smell the popcorn, which I love popcorn. That's my favorite stadium snack. So I would say on site, being there in person.
Gnarly. If you had to choose one sport to broadcast for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh, see, that is a tough question, my friend. I would say that my favorite sport is college football. So if I could only pick one for the rest of my life, college football. But I love so many different sports, so that's a really difficult question. But college football, I guess.
I like baseball. Go Yankees.
Nice. Yes, I'm with you there.
Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me for an interview. It was an absolute pleasure to speak with you. Your insights, your stories, and perspective are inspiring, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn from you.
Ben, thank you for having me, my man. Really appreciate the time and keep doing what you're doing. This was a lot of fun.
Rock on, rock on. That's the end of my show. See you soon, everyone.